I think those of us who know Cursive and follow your writing know that sometimes you use pronouns in an interesting way. The yous seem to maybe be autobiographical. Like when in imposturing, throw a cause at the wall. If it sticks, then you run with it. If you choose from the news, be alert of its timeliness. You could be addressing a universal you, but I guess I'm asking a leading question. Do you think some of the yous on this album are you, Tim, or reflecting like you and your community a little bit more than a general random you?
I appreciate you being receptive to that. I find myself over the years playing defense every now and then because I tend to write in that like second person, but it's really kind of just pointing it back at myself, almost always actually, and I do every now and then. I like to take moments like this to stress that I'm really being hard on. I'm kind of analyzing myself, self-analyzation, and then when it seems like I'm being fairly crass or being hard on that someone, it's actually me, and I'm trying to better myself, and then I hope that through that some sort of universal other people will be receptive to that and be like, oh yeah, no, I get that, I have that problem as well.
Yeah, this is not a therapy session by any stretch, but I want to ask you about the decision that you seem conscious of. Why not speak in first person when you're addressing your own self? Why do you create this little distance between yourself and the narrative voice you employ and employ you so much?
Yeah, that's a really good question as well. And just off the top of my head, I should probably give this a little bit more thought, but I'm fairly sure that it's just aesthetic choices. I think that there is, again, I'd have to give this some more thought, but I think that doing a directive, I feel like an accusatory directive, will tend to feel, and I don't, and sometimes I will use I in music and in songs. And I think it's just when I deem it appropriate, when it works to be like, hey, it needs to be you need to realize that this is very much about me, and this is a heavier, maybe navel gazing moment, or this is a heavier inflection point that's specifically me, and there's no confusion here. But I think that maybe to get back into the political too, as far as like these aren't like like action points or something like that for something like imposturing, to be using you. I think I like, again, aesthetically, I think I like that it does also feel like even though I'm attacking myself and my own songwriting process on that song, I certainly don't mind other writers of any ilk to hear it and then to take that you and to consider it for themselves.